morning, boomers. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thank you for bumping in. The market meltdown, the meta meltdown out there. Pressure on the markets, blood red on the streets. See soldiers losing their limbs out there. It's looking like a bloodbath. 39K on Bitcoin. Last time I checked, we'll be checking out the chart, see what's holding on strong or not. And we'll give you the latest update on the live Kaboom Daily. Make sure you drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Shout out to Sky Operator and the rest of the meta maniacs tuning into this chat. I see you guys. Drop a like, a subscribe, a post notification bell, a ding ding. Big shout out to everybody over there in the Discord and everybody that's got on the Medal of Honor NFT whitelist. The spots are filling up. We're doing giveaways. I've been doing one almost every day, and these spots are filling up. So make sure you join that Discord. And shout out to everybody that's got on the whitelist. We have a giveaway going on right now that's ending in an hour, and there'll be 3 more winners announced. The link is down below to join the Champagne Room, and also check out mohnft.cc, and that'll be the mint site. Kaboom. Big kabooms out there. Let's check out today's math, see what's going on. A lot of blood after that announcement yesterday. All-time high with the inflation rate. I'm not surprised at all, guys. They're going to continue to run these printing presses. They're going to run this thing into the ground. What's interesting is that Bitcoin is supposed to be a hedge against this inflation, but yet it's becoming more and more correlated directly to fiat and stocks, it seems now, for the short term. Although I think that, it's going to set itself up here to kapump itself. Really, I think this is going to be, like we saw something similar when the Rona struck. Everything went down, including the cryptos, and then they came back stronger than ever. So we may see that hyperinflation continue to go, and people get a little panicked at the beginning with these stock pullbacks and everything. But ultimately, what I think is it's bullish for the entire crypto market. See if I'm right. I'm not your crypto daddy. I'm not your crypto father. Although, maybe I was at one point. Guys, drop a comment here. Let me know we're shaking and baking. And let's check out today's mathematics over here on Trading View. Am I sharing my screen? Yeah, there we go. BTC looking like a bloodbath, 39,000. I was looking at the more advanced chart and looking more at the macro perspective yesterday, the 4-year chart, and this is it. This is the 4-year, or about this one extends back to 2019, so it's a few year chart, and you could see, this thing is up and to the right. We have seen a little bit of a slowdown, a consolidation here, which is what I'm expecting, but you could see these lows. The last, the low, if we stay above 29,000, I think we're straight. I think we're fine. Everything's okay. We may see some consolidation, just things trading like this for a little while until the fall. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but it may crank up a bit sooner. Now, another case and another scenario is that we go ahead and drop down further than 29 and go back to these levels, 18,000, something like that, and then consolidate around, the low 20s or the high teens before winding up for the next run up. But I do think we need some consolidation. We haven't seen it. This is the big picture here, guys. The big picture is we haven't seen much consolidation since the last breakout, and that's what I believe the market wants to see. Now, if you go ahead and pull back a little bit more before the last breakout, you see this is the big breakout of 2017, or going into 2018, and look how long it consolidated. It went down. It took a further dip, and then it literally took years of consolidation before it pumped again. So, we may see a similar situation. I don't think it's going to take years, considering that this cycle seems to be moving faster. Everything is hyper inflation, hyper timeline. Everything's hyper real at this point. So you may see, maybe half or a third of this consolidation as far as time wise. You see that pump and, consolidation before maybe a pump over here. So, we got like almost a double top here. So a double pump, it seems, maybe a consolidation and then a pump maybe, into 2023, perhaps. Or not. But that's what we're hoping. It seems like the fundamentals are solid for a pump, though, you guys. This thing is pretty much set up, and, we've been calling it for years now, even when things got ugly. Guys, drop a comment. Let me know what's shaking and baking out there. Shout out to Sky Operator. Shout out to all the boomers over there in the chat box. And let's go ahead and check out what may or may not be bullish. I think I saw Ape Coin doing all right. Ape there at up 4%. Ape, such a new coin. A buy. Interesting. They're doing drops and merchandise and stuff. But, again, you're not going to compare Ape to Ethereum, as far as liquidity or whatnot. Let's see what else we got shaking and baking here. It looks like most of the market is red. Waves taking a hit, and so is Hex. But listen, when it comes to Hex, guys, I'm not going to lie. I think this is not a bad opportunity for Hex. If you haven't been listening, Pulse Chain is going to come out soon. Okay, it may take another month, another 3 months for it, but it's going to drop soon. And the way I expect it, it's going to drop. And what I mean by drop is release, like, when it comes out, when it becomes available to the public, it may be during a bear market. And right now things are getting bearish. Okay, so, Hex will be one of the significant pairs with Pulse and Pulse X. And if you don't know what's going on with Pulse Chain and Pulse X, basically it's going to be the largest airdrop ever. Everything that you have in Ethereum is going to be copied onto the Pulse Chain, and there's going to be a Pulse version of it. Now, what is that going to be worth? We don't know, but every single token, including all the NFTs, are going to be cloned onto the Pulse Chain. And then you have the Hex community that are downright crypto maniacs. You know the deal. One of the strongest communities in crypto is Hex. One of the most controversial. So what is going to happen? I don't know, but I expect a pump, at least in the short term. So, Hex, in my opinion, will be positively impacted the same way Jewel was when they announced their own DFK chain. You saw the price of Jewel shoot up. And now, perhaps Hex will do the same now that they're making their own chain in the form of Pulse. Okay. And then they have Pulse X. There's a lot of spinning wheels and a lot of things that are favorable, in my opinion. So, I'm in it to win it. We sacrificed, now it seems like maybe not a year ago, but several months ago, more than 6 months ago. And we've been patiently waiting for this chain to launch. It's highly anticipated. That's all I got to say. Now that I mentioned DFK and Jewel, I noticed that they were under pressure. Let's check out their price and see what the health of Jewel's looking like. Jewel's been probably our top gainer in the past 6 months. And we got in, we got out, but ultimately it's treated us well. Now, it's down a lot, significantly, almost 50% in the past 30 days because of, the hype died down after the Crystal Veil launch. But let me tell you something. I wouldn't sleep on DFK. I wouldn't sleep on DFK. I said down 50% in 30 days. I meant 14 days, but you know the deal. I wouldn't sleep on DFK. They're going to launch on more chains, including Phantom and others. And my expectation is that they're going to come up with more ways and more utility for the Jewel token. Like they'll launch on Phantom and say, okay, well, if you do this with Jewel, we're going to do that. That's basically what these guys, I wouldn't sleep on Jewel. And then the APRs are still monstrous over there, specifically on Crystal Veil, the side with the Crystal on their own chain. But over here on their chain, on the Harmony chain directly, the DFK, their original Serendale side, the gardens are still quite lucrative. I think it's about 300%. Some even closer to 400% APRs for pairing Jewel with ETH, Bitcoin, and other blue chip alternative coins. Good morning, Poison. I see you out there. Kaboom. So that's what's going on. I'm still holding this bag here. Let's check out Crystal Vale and see how they're handling the storm. And this is that DFK knockoff. They're back up. They're back up. They're at 11. They bled out to it was about $6, I think. Yeah, they had a low there. This is back in April. $10. Why do I feel like they went as low as $10? Well, anyway, this is where they're at, 11.44 right now. They have some high APRs as well. This is Defira, and they're over there on Harmony. I can see Jewel staying a little sleepy until they start using it as their gas token. Well, it is already their gas token on the DFK side, on the Crystal Vale side. It's already functioning as the gas token on their main net. So there is utility. I feel like they're going to have more perks for holding Jewel when they launch on the next change, which will be Phantom, I think. And ultimately what they're trying to do is get more people using their chain. I also heard that they are going to open their chain to developers so that people can already start publishing their contracts there. Right now, you need to be whitelisted to launch a contract on DFK. So I don't know of other contracts. So I'm expecting other games and other, smart contracts to launch on DFK. But yes, Jewel and the DFK chains are already functioning, and you use Jewel as the gas token. So it's on and popping already. It's been ever since they launched Crystal Vale. That's how it's been. So we're seeing it consolidate right now because I think people got in. You know how it is with farming. People get in early and they farm maybe for about a week and then they'll dump it. And that's basically what happened. And then you couple that with the bear market, the Bitcoin bear market, the Ether bear market that we're going through right now. And of course, we've seen a big sell-off. But they've already proved to me that they're here for the long gun. And they're going to continue to launch more things. So, how bad could it get after this? I don't know. So I'm in it to win it for now, and I'm going to hold the bag. I was talking about Hex earlier. I know this is highly controversial, but I'll tell you, I expect Hex to boom when Pulse Chain launches soon. Now, you know that the Pulse Chain testnet is live. They're already showing functionality in the form of Pulse X. And there's the tokens there. There's already usage in the testnet. It's open to the public. I haven't used it, but maybe I should, because you never know if there could be an extra little sauce on an airdrop somewhere around there. I don't know, but I've seen a few videos, and the anticipation's high. The anticipation is high. Remember, they're copying every single token. Okay, so whether you like it or not, there's going to be an incentive for you and everybody else that's holding ERC20s to go to Pulse Chain to claim their PRC20s. Now, what are those going to be worth? We have no idea, but I'll tell you, they got liquidity. I mean, not yet, but they got deep pockets. They got a lot of marketing, and I don't see this necessarily failing. I can't say that it's going to 1000x or anything, but I think it's going to do well. Actually, I really do. So, of course, Hex being at the center of all of that, I would imagine that Hex will be a popular pair, farming pair over there with Pulse. So on the testnet, you could see some of the farming pairs will be Pulse USDC, Pulse X with Pulse, Hex and Pulse, and a few others that are like that. That's the Crystal Jewel chart, not Defira. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were right. I was showing the Crystal Jewel chart. That's my bad. Very similar because I have them both tabbed on Deck Screener. That's why it was throwing me off. I was like, I remember Fira being $6. Yeah, and in fact it is. Thanks for correcting me. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so let me correct myself over here. This is Fira, and Fira is 620. And then the last chart that I was showing was actually the Crystal Veil chart. So Fire is, it's there. Let me pull back and check out the big picture here. Yeah, it's dumped since it's released. Now the APRs, they're still high over there. I have a small bag over there. I never added to, but I'm there. I still have some exposure to it. And that's one thing. Even if I sell out of a position, I always like leaving some around because you never know. There may be an airdrop and make a pump. So that's Fira. Boom. All right, guys. We have a giveaway ending in about an hour over there on the Discord. Make sure that you join the Discord. It's linked down below. The Champagne Room. We're gearing up for the Medals of Honor NFT drop. This is a limited edition drop that I'm doing directly as a token of appreciation for the Champagne crypto community, for my OG crypto cadets out there deep in the foxholes of the blockchain battlefield trenches. There'll be 33 medals, very limited supply. There'll be 6 gold medals, of which you see the gold spinning there on the right hand of your screen. That's the gold medal. There'll only be 6 exclusive NFT gold. There'll be 12 silver and 15 bronze. Now, if you collect 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze, you'll be gifted a Crypto Championship Ring NFT when they release, which will be soon. I'm getting that worked on. So you get that Crypto Championship Ring. And as I said before, everybody that gets those that unlock, the championship ring will also get a Metacock. Okay, and that's another drop. That's the big drop that we're working on, which ultimately we want to develop into a full-scale player versus player game where perhaps you can even earn. So we'll be doing that layer by layer. And we got ideas for other things. So we got these Medals of Honor, the championship rings, and the Metacocks, among other ideas that I'm working on. So let me show you that landing page. Boom. Medals of Honor. 6 gold, 12 silver, 15 bronze. Combine 1 of each type. Receive that championship ring NFT. This is a free mint. A free mint for everyone on the whitelist. Now, to get on the whitelist, jump in the Champagne Room, and we're giving away whitelist spots via the giveaway bot. MOHNFT.cc. I'm interested to see what people are gonna, do with these NFTs. Right? So, will they trade them? Will they sell them, or not? The page looks good, says Poison. Thanks. I set up the page on my own. I'm gonna publish the contract on my own. I'm learning to do everything on my own. And as I said before, this is also practice for the champ because I really want to learn. I want to learn about setting up these drops from start to finish. Now, ultimately, with the bigger drops, the Metacocks perhaps will have a larger team behind the drop. But I want to know in order to manage it correctly. So I'm setting this drop off. I'm setting this drop up for more of a practice run. But even with practice, we're still playing the real game out here. Forget test nets or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and do this live. We'll do this live. So again, guys, that's the Medal of Honor drop that we're working on. There's only 33. And make sure you lock in. Kaboom. So the markets are under pressure. This is Meta Meltdown. And on the big picture, BTC is still bullish. But we're going to have to be patient and wait for it to consolidate before we see that next pump. And I think we're going to have to wait maybe even till the fall or going into 2023. Let's look at these charts once again. That's that hex chart after a major pump. I would expect hex to exceed its all-time highs when Pulse Chain drops soon. Hex all-time highs are about 50 cents. $52. Let's go back to BTC. Oh, we're back at 40K. It's nice to see. When you see this chart that extends back here to 2020, so this is a 2-year chart that we're looking at. It doesn't look bearish. Okay, it doesn't look bearish at all. When you look at a 2-year chart here, this is up and to the right. It looks like it's consolidating and, winding up for another kapump, in my opinion. Now, when you zoom into the 1 day, or, let's say the 5 day, it doesn't look so hot. And I think that's what people are focusing on, the 1 month, the 3 month. Even the 3 month is not so bad. I think the 1 month is what has people panicking. I feel like, people, including myself, we're really prepared and anxious and, impatient for it to break out above 50K. But we're going to have to wait. Sometimes you got to delay your gratification. Sometimes you got to delay your gratification. Shout out to all my meta maniacs, all my crypto cadets, all my long-term kaboomers. Poison says he's still bullish long-term. It's a good time to build and learn now when everything is a little sleepy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, I'm going back to this Pulse launch. I think they're going to launch it in this bear market. And I think it may do well. I'll be honest with you guys. This character is funny. This Richard Hart character is funny, but I haven't seen an L yet. I haven't seen him take an L yet. I'll tell you that much. So, like I said, I'm in it to win it. I'm very interested to see what happens with that. A copy, a clone of every single token. I guess people may say what they want to say, but when you tell everybody, oh, you know what? You got a copy of this over there, and that, and this one. What are you going to do? Are you just going to let it sit there or not? Even if it's worth 5% of the original ERC20 worth, that's, 5% of all of the Ether blockchain, let's say, or even if it's 1% of all of Ethereum in value. Imagine he just airdropped everyone. What's the math? Just do the math. What's the market cap of ETH? What's 1% of the market cap of ETH? Which I think is possible. So, let's say, he drops everybody. You got USDC, and then you got PUSDC over there. Yeah, it may not be worth $1, but what if it's worth 2 cents? See what I'm saying? What are you going to do? I think most people will be interested in collecting that value. And once they start using the chain, because if they're going to go collect it, that means they got to use the chain. Pulse is deflationary. It has a burning mechanic. You see what I mean? I think there's a lot of reasons for it to pump. There's a lot of pumpamentals. So, hopefully we knock it out the park with that one, guys. But I do agree with Poison as far as building when everything is sleepy. And that's what we'll be doing here with these NFT drops as well. I got plenty of ideas. I encourage listeners out there, if you have ideas, if you want to get involved, come through and, let me know what you got to offer. And we'll see. It's good to, assess what the qualifications and the skill set of the community is, because, as a unit, we could build. Shout out to Bitcoin gaining a little weight now at 40,252. Started the broadcast at 39K. It's nice to see a little pumpage there. Nice. Look at this candle. Look at this little candle here on the short run. Nice. Bring this back. Look at this little candle here. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad. We saw a little candle here. A low of 39.6 up to 40,300. Not too bad. Not too bad. So when things get doomy and gloomy and you hear all that stuff on the mainstream, just, when in doubt, pull out, zoom out, check the big picture here, and just be patient. I think the fundamentals are still strong. Let's go ahead and check the normie headlines and see what they're saying over there on CoinDesk. CoinDesk reporting Bitcoin holding below 40. That's not true. It just went above amid record high inflation. I think ultimately this is good for the long-term price of Bitcoin and crypto. Market sell-off deepens as correlation with stocks rise. That's what I was saying. At least in the short term, that seems to be the pattern. Bitcoin will follow the stocks in the short term, and then when they rebound, when the stocks rebound, Bitcoin will rebound even stronger. So, what I'm seeing, maybe this will change. Say, the stocks go down 20%, Bitcoin goes down 25%. Or, let's say the stocks the stocks haven't been going down 20% in a day, but let's say they go down 5% or 3%, Bitcoin will go down a little bit more. But then when the stocks go back up 6%, Bitcoin will go up 10, or it'll move faster. Shiba Inu Solana tokens among 4 added to Robinhood. Shiba has been added. This is after they announced their metaverse. Who would have thought, right? These meme coins to become so popular. Shiba, Solana, Polygon, Matic, and Compound were added to Robinhood crypto. When you're buying crypto on Robinhood, they're holding the asset for you. They're in custody of the asset. I'm not sure if you could withdraw the native token. But anyhow, SHIB, Solana, Polygon, Compound added to Robinhood. SHIB price surged 7%. Compound jumped 6%. Matic 3%. Solana 2%. They should add Phantom. We did a poll over there on Discord. I asked the people, what blockchain should we launch the Medal of Honor NFT on? And it seems like Phantom is the preferred chain. We got. You guys can still vote on this poll over here on the Discord. Click on 1 for Phantom, 2 for Matic, 3 for Avalanche, and 4 for Ethereum. So it seems like Phantom, Matic, and ETH are the 3 favors, with Avalanche being in last place. But Phantom coming in number 1 right now. We got 7 votes for Phantom, 3 for Matic, 2 for Ether, and really no votes for AVAX. That 1 vote I put up there just so that people could see that. So far, it seems like Phantom will be the preferred chain for this NFT launch, Medals of Honor. And Phantom's cheap. I mean, out of all the ones I listed, it's the cheapest one. It's cheaper than Matic and AVAX. Absolutely. And then the speed is equal to, is not, if not faster than those I just mentioned. I saw Phantom and Matic were tied at one point. Yeah, it seems like more Phantom Maniacs came into the box. Now, I'll be honest, I have more NFTs on Phantom than I do on Matic. But one thing I like about Matic is that it's a larger cap coin and it is compatible with OpenSea. And OpenSea basically lists everything. You don't need to go through an approval process for your tokens to come up on OpenSea as you do on NFT Key over there on the alternative chains, as you do on even PaintSwap. PaintSwap, you need to pay, I think it's 15 brush, which is not much. Probably, it's less than $20. And you got to go through an approval, which it seems like most tokens get approved for. But nevertheless, there is a barrier to entry that OpenSea doesn't have. And then OpenSea has a name brand, So ultimately, I do want to do a drop over there on Polygon Matic. And I think we're going to see a trend here with the Champ and the Champagne Room of just recurring drops that provide utility or gamify the upcoming drops, or something going on here. I also want to tie it to somehow maybe some physical merchandise, be it shirts or hoodies or hats or something like that. But I want to see that part grow. Okay, the production, the content that we make here, not just the videos, but also blockchain content. There are things that we can publish on Web3, specifically these NFTs, these medals, these rings, these meta cocks. The meta hens. Which could produce more meta cocks. That could be season 1 of the Meta Combat Arena. With season 2 starting off with Meta Mutts, the Crypto Doggies, the Crypto Canines. And ultimately, I would like to see the ability for the cocks to fight in a game similar to Street Fighter. And maybe you can even fight the Metacocks with the Metamutts at a point. So these are some of the ideas that we have here on the table. Nothing is set in stone, obviously, but rest assured that these drops and these ideas that we're coming up with, that we're producing, I don't want them to be just a profile pic. While they may start off like that, and the first generation may be that, ultimately I want a roadmap leading into full-scale gameplay. Now, how that will actually be produced and how we will achieve that is yet to be determined, to keep it 1,000 with you guys. But those are the ideas, those are the goals that we'll be continuing to set. That way we can, like I said, provide something a little bit more than just a pick. Poison says some alpha over here. Kaboom! Indeed, indeed. We may have to, have the whole meta combat arena in one of these metaverses, be it Sandbox, Decentraland, or somewhere. I think there's fighting games already in the Sandbox. Also, I've talked about this before, the Zoo DAO. We were involved in the pre-sale over there. Zoo is an NFT battle platform. At this point, they're not functional yet, but they're promising a way for people to stake their NFTs and no loss NFT battles where you can somehow vote for them. Or I'm not sure the specific mechanic, but I am keeping an eye on it because they could be a target for a potential partner or a target to fork for potentially some future Metacock utility over there. Check them out. That's Zoo DAO. They're on ETH right now. So they're whitelisting bigger projects right now. Like, let's say Bored Ape Yacht, you'll be able to stake your NFT, receive the Zoo tokens, and then the system will pair you up on battles with other NFTs that are staked, not just from the collection, but from other collections. And then people will be able to vote for their NFT. The voting power will be determined by, I believe, the amount of Zoo that you have staked. And then you can win more somehow. And if you lose, there's no loss, apparently. So I'm trying to figure out the mechanic, and that's not yet live. But again, that could be a target for potential partnership and or potential fork for our gameplay. So yeah, it's definitely some alpha here. If you're tuning in, that's what's going on. Guys, jump in the Discord. Let me know what's shaking and baking. And again, shout out to everybody. I'm letting you know that, we may be moving at a slow pace compared to some of these other larger projects, but we're here to stay. Some of these projects, they come and they go. I'll tell you, they may pull up quite quickly, but they may also fade quite quickly as well. So, that's not the case here with the champ. I think that we've already built a rep here. We're sticking around. It's not like I'm just gonna vanish all of a sudden. All right, guys, drop a comment on me. Let me know what's shaking and baking. Let me take another little peek here at the giveaway tab. Make sure you join that Discord. It's down below. The Medal of Honor whitelist giveaway ends in 24 minutes. 3 winners will be announced. Shout out to Jojo Wave. He won the last one. It's Real. And a few others have won. So we got a few people on the list. And I'll be closing out the list soon. Again, everything is short. There's only 33 tokens. So it's not like we're having hundreds of peoples over here. So it will be closing out soon. So make sure you jump in there. And then I'll be announcing the mint date very soon. I already got the website. We already got the tokens. Everything's ready to go. All the NFTs will be animated just like the token down below. That is actually the NFT right there. That's the gold NFT. So there'll be a silver and a bronze animated just like the one you're seeing. So everything is done. It just needs to be published. So, let's finish filling up this whitelist and let's go for it. All right, guys. I'll be around over there in the Discord. Tune on in. It's the voice of the blockchain. Satoshi's big cousin. Cryptography's finest. Champagne Crypto. Thank you.